gonna give it a second.
So grab the link of the Zoom. Can you send out messages on the stream to people?
I could, yeah, if our layout was.
You're able to do that?
If our layout was a little bit better, sure.
Okay, can you work around the layout and not move anything to do it?
All right.
So we want to send that out to folks. All right, hit play.
It's going.
The video's not playing. There you go. Nice. Enlarge. The link. Are we talking?
We are live.
All right. Howdy, folks. Retired Navy Commander Jay Furman, GOP candidate for Texas 35. Trump, conservative MAGA, true MAGA Republican, running to take back our country, protect the president, and the efforts he's doing to give more firepower in Congress. That's why things like the DHS funding bill is in jeopardy right now, because they don't have enough votes to make it happen in the entire Congress. We passed it in the House, thank God, and now it's over to the Senate, and they're struggling. They're trying to figure out how to get it through. We're not going to fund important things like what TSA, the Secret Service, much less the most important thing we're doing right now as a nation, and that is the mass deportation of the dangerous criminal illegals that are in here, and that's the ICE operations. So, as usual, the Democrats are lunatics, and they are aiding and abetting traitors that are bent on taking down our nation. It's not protest, folks. What's happening in places like Minneapolis and what will happen in other places if we don't rein this in will be like the BLM summer of 2020, and it lights up all over the country to distract us around election time and to attack our infrastructure and attack our peace and our security and faith and confidence in the government. These are absolute foreign invaders that are foreign supported and supported by other American, anti-American billionaires and others who have a different vision of America that looks nothing like anything that would support any of the freedoms we all enjoy. We are being attacked by the globalists. I'm Commander Jay Furman, running for Congress, and
this is Rachel Trevino. I am the campaign press secretary. So if you guys have any questions or comments, or if you're out at any events, or you want to tag a picture of yourself by Jay's billboard, by Jay's sign, that's always welcome. We want to greet everybody who's tuning in. Let us know where you're watching from. Let us know what district you're in, and let us know what day you plan to vote, considering early voting, folks, starts next Tuesday, February 17th through the 27th. The 7s are it. And then voting day is actually March 3rd. So mark your calendars and let us know when you plan to do that. If you're taking a friend, let us know. Maybe tag your friend on this live, and always smash that like button and share. It's the best and easiest way to propel the message, not just for the campaign for the CD35 and for Jay, but for everything South Texas, everything that is about this country and getting us on the track that we need to be on, because it is do or die, folks.
Thanks, Rachel. And she said it. I mean, look at what's happening right now. I mentioned DHS. There's also the SAVE Act passed Congress, and they can't quite get that through. And so the Senate. And so the DHS is highly contested by the Democrats. We don't have enough votes in the Senate there for it. And the SAVE Act is in jeopardy in the Senate as well. The president needs more firepower there. We are what we called in the Navy battle short. This is where we're just trying to save the ship at this point. We need to get the big things right. We need to kick out the criminal invaders who are terrorists and all of our enemies of every brand you can imagine infiltrated the mass invasion that Biden abetted and invited in. And our dollar's being attacked around the world. The president's doing a masterful job at the border. The border's trickle. But now we have the massive, almost intractable, but for Tom Homan and the brave team in Homeland to Kristi Noem to pinpoint these folks. If we have cooperating cities and cooperating governors, we can do this job, and we need to accelerate the mass deportation. And then the president doing a masterful job on defending the dollar. Security and economy are two sides of the same coin. It's been that way since our founding. We've only been secure as a nation because we are the most prosperous. We're extremely prosperous when we unchain industry and we don't let regulation strangulate competition and let the government pick winners and losers. We need to let this economy run. The president is doing what he can to create fair competition playing field across the globe so that companies reshore or find their way here to avoid the tariffs. And then we can let American ingenuity do what it does and let Americans do what they do so we can fund our safe neighborhoods and fund a bright future for our children. If not, all that's in jeopardy. Listen, we're sitting on the parapet. We ran up to the cliff, the national death cliff, right up till November 5th, 2024. We got President Trump elected by swamping the cheat, and now we need to pull back, and we need to codify the executive order he's doing, and we need to give him more legal support, legislative support, so that we can put this stuff into law and make it permanent and guarantee a profitable, a prosperous, an effective next 2 years for the president and 4 years after that. Because we will, given these next 2 years, we will prove to the American public that Trump conservatism is the right policy decision for this country. We do that this next week. As Rachel said, early voting starts March 17th, most important midterm of our lifetime. And so this primary, the midterms in November, this is the most important primary of our lifetime. And early voting for that begins next week, runs through the 27th of February. And then March 3rd is our election day for the primary. And it is incredibly important. We have to do it now. Places like CD35, we are one of the new redistricted districts. We went from CD35 used to be a heavy Democrat. No Republican would dare cast a shadow. And now it's moved to a very strong Republican, and it's going to be decided in this primary. This election for CD35, which is the Alamo, the line in the sand, and where we push back in Texas and we defend the big domino of the United States, that is the state of Texas. We don't defend Texas, the whole thing falls. CD35 will supply the firepower that the president needs, but we can't send a rhino. We have wolves in sheep's clothing. The whole reason why we lived this nightmare through the Biden years and the Obama years is due to fake Republicans. Democrats do what Democrats do. I expect them to be nuts. But when we have a certain amount of rhinos come over, or I'm starting to call them traitors, come over and vote with them to keep the status quo, machine politics, establishment, whatever you want to call it, the crooks in charge to keep the money till in D.C. pointed at them and not the American people. Their short-sightedness, their selfishness, their treasonous decisions to side with Democrats in core, really important issues to Republicans and conservatives is the reason why we had open borders and we allowed the Biden thing, is the reason why we don't have election integrity, is the reason we're having a fight about voter ID. It's insane. So we absolutely need to get our stuff together, Texas, so that we can help America, and we can, and CD35 is one of the things that was created to do that. It's a big, beautiful map for Texas that President Trump inspired, and we are happy to deliver. But we have to do our part on the ground right now. So we have apps, and we have different ways to get involved. Look up Commnader Furman app in the App Store, both iTunes and Google Play. We have, and then we're about to post up our Google, or rather our Zoom meeting. We have a volunteer coordination right after this quick town hall so that we can coordinate our volunteers and get out the people that aren't active. We have a bunch of people in the streets right now, and we've got an amazing app. They're enjoying it. It's a lot of fun. And I tell you what, they're killing it. And we need everybody to get involved in this. This is where we push back against the rhinos. And my job in life is to keep them out of this election and provide a credible support to the president and Congress, not one in name only, not just settling for a weak Republican that will bite us in the butt later, which is, again, the whole problem of why we're here, why we had a gap in President Trump 2.0, the greatest president of all time. So here we go. All of us, as this great republic was designed, are required to make the republic work correctly. It was said by several of our founders that it requires a moral and an active people to run this republic. We don't do that. We don't deserve it. And I point the finger at us. We're the ones that dropped the watch. We're the ones that took our eye off the ball, and the 70% of Americans that don't vote and the 30% that aren't motivating those other inactive people are to blame. We need to get out there and get them in the game, because 70% has been gobbled up by lobbyists and special interests in DC and have absolutely taken our money and power from us. We have to push that back down to the lowest level, back down to the states, back down to the counties, so we can keep our neighbors accountable, that DC doesn't become the laundromat that we see that it turned into with Medicare or Medicaid in Minnesota, in California, in Indiana, in Ohio, and New Jersey. The list, I'm sure, goes on. So I saw this in the military. Every time we deployed money overseas, half of it would disappear. And so that distance and that trusting the federal government to do a good job is usually a problem. Foreign aid, we just saw the whole NGO scandal and what USAID was actually doing compared to what we thought it was doing. So we have to get our federal government back on a constitutional even playing field, back within the writ of national defense, foreign affairs, interstate commerce, full stop. And then let's act like a republic of 50 states and then hold each other accountable. I'm applying for a job with 800,000 bosses of CD35. And that is what we're doing here in this town hall. We're demonstrating that. I will have, this is a daily town hall. You can chime in and give me questions and I'll answer them, completely transparent. And we're going to do this going forward. And this is how we keep each other accountable. It's the Christian way. And that is with center line of my belief system as a believer in Jesus Christ. So here we go. We're doing it now. We're not waiting. We're not talking. We're actioning, and we're going to do that through the app. So Rachel, if you'll put up the Zoom link so we can see it, post that up
just
on our socials.
If you guys can tell, I might look like I'm a little distracted, but I'm sitting here engaging with all of our viewers. So if you need any resources, if you need access to the app, to our website, commanderfurman.com, you can easily go get directed to that. Our Zoom link is also in the chat. If you have any questions, let me know. I am really curious. We've got a lot of viewers out there where everybody is tuning in from. So do chime in and let me know. Let us know when you're going to get out there and do your civic duty. Get your friends, drag your parents, drag your family, drag your cousins, your tias, your abuelas. Yes, everybody that you can. This is while it's fun. What makes me happy is that South Texas has done some really measurable things in the last election. We've done, we've made history, and we got so close. Jay was one of the first ones to get so close, running against the corrupt Cuellar and that machine down there. But with the feedback that we've had and the progress that we've made now on this campaign trail, we have some insane endorsements. We have some great news that just happened today. Stay tuned later on. You'll catch us for another exciting update. But just great things happening. And it's good to see everybody. The reason why I'm happy is because it really does matter. I've been doing this in life for a while, working with the business community, and I keep saying that your vote really does impact your personal life, your family life, your professional life, and they really do not want you to be out there voting, because if politics is so ugly for you, if going to vote in your local elections is something that you're just not excited about, they win.
That's right. I couldn't have said any better. That was amazing. Hey, look, this is personal to me, just so you know where I'm coming from. I'm battle tested. I did an election integrity fight in the last election, pinned it to border politics, which are historically corrupt, and the corrupt Webb County that Henry reigns in, if you will. And I've been out there in the breach, and I was a foreign area officer the second half of my career after being a naval aviator. And I was trained to withstand the corruption, because everybody's trying to get you out in those foreign land embassies. DC is almost that. It's almost the Star Wars bar of foreign embassies, and everybody's trying to corrupt you. It takes about a week with these lobbyists and special interests. We've asked Congress to do too much, and people sell it because the obstacles to entry are so high with campaign finance and the term limit debacle that it is. And I signed on the U.S. term limits pledge early on 2 years ago when I first started running, and I subscribe to it today. So incredibly important. Guys, this is Commander Jay Furman, CD35. Reverse the invasion, crush the cartels, arrest the crooks, defend our elections, fix our economy, and drain the swamp. That's what we're about. This is very personal, as I said. I'm 6th generation military. I've got 2 boys in the military right now. My family, God bless them. We drug them all over the world defending this nation, keeping these guys out that Biden let in. Now they're in. And there's no more important mission than getting them out before they disrupt and ruin everything. They're sitting here as spoilers and nation killers. We have to get them all out and then start our beautiful story of immigration, because we are a nation of immigrants, but you have to assimilate. You have to subscribe to the dream, and we have to pick you at our time and choosing and who we want to come in. And this is a meritocracy. It has to be that way. So God bless you. God bless America. Post up that link again so we get folks to come over to the Zoom. We're going to do volunteer training right now. Come on. It's fun. Get in the fight. Don't sit back and complain. Put your feet where your mouth is. I know we're all angry, so let's get out there and do it. Commander Jay Furman. See us at CommanderFurman.com. God bless you.